Hello, 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 hello. How y'all doing this evening?
Great. How's everybody
Great. Good
doing?
evening. Good
Everybody's
evening.
doing good. Like I said, I guess our president, our president, our felon president is at war with us. So, hey, but we're gonna get past that part. We're gonna talk about time, and the part that what we're looking at is time on your side. Is time really on our side? Like I said, from the time we were born to the time we die, what are we doing in between the hyphen? I know, Eric, this is what you were saying earlier. What's going on with the hyphen in the middle? What are we doing with that hyphen in the middle? So I'll let y'all, Marcel, I'll let you go first. What are we doing with the hyphen in the middle?
Well, my hyphen in the middle, I think first of all, it's based on, you as an individual first. Then the hyphen in the middle is like your contributions to this world. What are you doing to try to change things? And like now, since, we have Trump in office and stuff like that, now the time that we have here, we got to figure out like how we're gonna make it through these 4 years. So we have to get with people that are like us and try to, like you said, boycott different things and people that support him because time is not on our side right now. So we got to figure out with those 1,600 and I think 44 minutes in a day, like what is it that we can do to try to better our situation, help other people that don't have a voice. And so my time now is just me thinking about what I can do to make this world a better place based on what we get ready to go through in these next 4 years. And I pray that when my time is up, that it's going to be good things that are said about me based on the things that I have done, how I help people, and my character. That's my time.
Okay, Eric.
Time is what do we call it? What adjective we use to describe it? Precious, valuable. We talk about what we want time to be. We don't talk about what time is. There's two things that time will always be. You never get it back, and it's not on your side. If you think about it, time's not on your side from the time you're born because you have an expiration date. And what you do, talking about the dash again, what you do at your time while you're here is what's most important because 24 hours in a day, 365 days a week, 365 days in a year, and that's still not enough time. So you have to use your time wisely. Do things that are more that adds to your legacy to things that is gonna carry on once you're not here. Eric was this, he was that, he was a nice guy you can depend on, this, that, and the third. What do you want? What do you want your time or your hyphen to say when you're no longer here? People abuse it all the time. I got time. That's the one thing you don't have. So it's best to do it right while you have time than to sit here and waste time doing something you should have done before. You got time management. You have to be able to manage your time. Once again, the 24 hours in a day, you have to manage your time. I'm a friend of Mario. I'm a husband. I'm a brother, cousin, so on and so forth. All you got to do, pick up the phone, say hey, or say I love you, how you doing, so on and so forth. But in light of anything, I said it to say this, in light of everything that's going on with 34, time ain't on your side. It is more prevalent now that you need to use your time wisely and prepare for what's coming. Don't be in denial about it. Don't think it won't happen to you because it's already started and it's only been a week. Use your time wisely.
See, to me, like I said, my time on this planet has always been like majority of my time has been, um, I would say half of my time because I'm 50, 52. Am I 52 or 53? I'm one of them. Or 42, 52. I'll be 53 this year. but half of my time has been spent defending this country. I've always looked out for the little person. I always try to make sure that people that can't stand for themselves, I stand up for them. My time has always been to defend those that can't defend themselves. And so with today's act of our felon president, he's declared war on our own country,
Mm-hmm.
going after the little people, going after people that can't stand up for themselves. They can't defend themselves. Where I mean, we're barely right now we're barely doing what we can to support them, and then for him to kind of do something that would cause more pain to them is a reflection of my time is to do what I can to protect them. My time is going to be spent more to do what I can to help those that can't help themselves. And it's like to me, this individual, this felon president, I think our primary focus for the time we have for the next 4 years, we should let him know that we're not going to tolerate his stupidity. We're not going to tolerate his injustice. We're not going to sit back and allow him to go after people that can't stand up for themselves. And for those that voted for him, we should make sure they voted for him because they wanted more money. They wanted more money. They were greedy. They were product before people. Let's show them the money. Let's show them that we can take our dollar and go somewhere else. We should make sure that every single company, business, individual that supported Trump, we make sure if our local communities, we should make sure that they go out of business. Make sure that they go up under the business. That should be our focus. That's what time for these next 4 years and the time that we have. That's what we should focus on. We should make sure we don't tolerate him, and we punish those that support him financially. Financially, just destroy them. Like I said, if that's what they wanted, they voted for this. This is what they wanted. They were voted because all they focused on was the money. Let's show them the money. Let's show them how we can take that money and make their business as miserable as hell for the next 4 years. But
Yep.
that's what my time is all about. That's what my time is going to be about for the next 4 years.
And my time also too, just to piggyback off what you said, Mario, is to jump on board with that because it's really it's time out. Since we're using the word time, it's really time out. This is ridiculous. It's really time out for the nonsense, intentional bad behavior, trying to be the villain and the victim at the same time. And so if we don't stand up for something, we're gonna fall for anything. And this is what it's showing that right now. So my time is also being an advocate for whoever is out here is trying to lead and me trying to follow them and do good for people, like you said, don't have a voice, they can't stand up for themselves. It's time to hit people in their pockets and stuff like that because time shows that people that are not affected directly, they feel like they have time on their hands to continue the behavior and to continue to treat the people that they feel like is beneath them in this type of way because they feel like financially I'm good. So, all I got is time, time to spend my money, time to continue to give on people, time to continue to deal with the foolishness because it don't affect me. So we got to show them that time is not on your side either.
Right. And I think that's where we have to, as a group of individuals. And the thing is, like I'd like to say, there's some of us that understand what struggle is. We've been through it all our lives. So it's nothing new. What he's throwing is just different because it's coming from our government. It's coming from this individual, this felon, in a sense. So it's going to be it's going to hit different because we've never had to fight against our own country. We've never had to fight against our own government. And when I say that, it's like it's got to the point now where times have changed to where never in a million years would I realize and it's a slap in the face to all veterans. We spent all that time, we sacrificed all that time protecting this country, and then to come under attack by our own so-called, I ain't gonna say he ain't my president, but the person that's in that position, that person that's in that position is supposed to represent what the president's supposed to be about. We're coming under attack by our own individual that's in the presidency, and Congress and the rest of them. They need to do something. And so for every person, this is how I look at it. For every person that supports them, they need to financially feel the pain. They need to if we can put them out of business by all means, let's go for it. Let's put them out of business. If we can put them out of business for the next 4 years, then that's what every business, every local business, every corporation, my goal is to make sure I give them not any dollar whatsoever. I want them to hurt. I want them to feel the pain that this crazy individual is doing to our country. I mean, I'm seriously listening to like this dude was willing to go after the poor families, the families that are barely making it,
Mm-hmm.
go after like kids that I mean, we're talking about the kid programs,
Mm-hmm.
the Head Start programs, the food assistant programs.
Right.
We're going after people that can't stand on their own 2 feet, but you won't come after the rest of us.
Right.
So, and then the thing is, he's hurting even the same people that voted for him.
Right.
That's what they're not getting.
Right.
That's what they're not getting. If what he's doing is to get back at people, you're automatically affected. You're included into that. Stop falling into this rhetoric of it's only benefiting a certain race when it actually to benefit everybody based on your performance, so you can't hold it against them. But you say it's benefiting one race, so you get rid of it. But then on the same hand, when it starts affecting you negatively, now you want us to side with you to say that was bad. No, that's not how that works. What has benefited us? What has benefited us? We get through a storm, we see a storm, we go through it. What they do, they see a storm, they try to go around it. There's floods, there's earthquakes. Instead of going through it, meeting head on and just holding hands and getting through it. And that's how I'm spending my time. I'm trying to spread as much knowledge as I have to as many people as I can, because everybody doesn't know everything. But if you give them something, that's hope that can spark them to pass the blessing on and keep on and keep on. And yes, spending my time doing that, it's going to come with some headaches, because there are people who
It's hard to reach.
don't want to be associated with the truth. They don't want the truth. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to be around it. So they're going to give you pushback. They're going to ask you, why are you doing that? And you got to stand firm. You got to stand on truth. You got to stand and fight and continue doing so, because you never know how many people you affect until you find out, or they let you know, or you got so many well wishes, or hey, if you need help, just call me, and it's just out of the blue. So it's more important now to use your time wisely, like I said before, and prepare, because it's only gonna get worse until he's gone. Until he's gone, it's just gonna get worse. And you got to look at the big picture. It hurts more to stop it now for 24 hours than it is to stop it altogether. Why? Because the process stops. You throw a monkey wrench in that engine and the engine stops. We know why the engine stopped, but it still don't mean that there's other things that's wrong with it. You stop it now. Like I said before, what about the people that already submitted paperwork? What about people what process were they in? Are you gonna make them start the process all over? So how do we get back to where we were before it was stopped? See, those are issues that you don't have to worry about. And those are voters, hurting them too, because if they're using Head Start, guess what? You affected too.
Well, that's just it though. He doesn't care about the people at all. He don't care about his supporters or anything. All he's trying to right now is his primary focus. He's made it very clear. His primary focus is to take revenge against the United States of America.
It's a revenge.
And if you can't see that now, if you're still stupid enough to believe that he's going to do great things for our country, then I hope and pray you suffer for everything that you continue to keep supporting. I have no mercy for those individuals.
No.
He showed you who he was. He did it. I mean, he was crystal clear who he was in 2016. He showed us for 4 years who he was. These idiots wanted him back in there, and now most of the idiots are being directly affected, and that's where I'm like, at the same time, you know what? Let's give it to them hard. You want to see the money? Let's show them the money. Let's show them how much money they're going to lose for the next 4 years. And that's what we have to use our time at. Is we just don't stand by and accept things. We need to show them that we're just as powerful as they are. We
Right.
need to meet them on that same
Right.
platform. Democrats, they need to get it together.
Yeah.
My
Where
thing is like they're not engaged into the fight. They need to get involved. I
no.
mean, this is the thing is like I said, me personally, I never really have a lot of faith in our governing body.
No.
Never had faith in man. Really didn't I played along with the game, but I have no faith in them at all. Because here it is, when it all comes down to it, it's really about the money. It has nothing to do about the people. Their only care about is the money.
They're
So all those companies and local businesses that voted for him, and that's what I said. That's one thing is we're going to find out who you are, and we're going to make a list. Now we already know the corporates, but me personally, I said let's go after the little ones. Let's make them. Let's put them out of business. We can do more harm to them than we can a corporate. That's why I said that here. This is more Fayetteville is a Democratic primary Democratic city. Let's go after all those individuals that voted for Trump. Every single company. I know 4 off the top of my head. So I think we should boycott them. I think we should never use their services. I think we should stop giving them any of our money from our community because this man attacked our community today. He came after our community.
And with the rules he made for the military as well, he's going after them as well. Nothing makes sense. Nothing when you are out for revenge, it's like the saying goes, when you are out for revenge, you dig 2 graves. Right?
Right.
The person you got revenge for and yourself because you're stupid to that level. Nothing makes sense out of the rules that the executive order that he made. Nothing makes sense. There's no mission statement. There's no understanding. There's no it led to this. It's just revenge because I can. Because when you take over from somebody, you try to make the blow as painless as possible. He's just ripping band-aids off, stabbing, opening wounds, undoing everything that the President Biden did, and that's creating a bottleneck. It's causing confusion and it's causing chaos for him to come back up and say, dun, 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 I'm here now to fix this. And it's bad. Use your time and prepare yourself for the worst of time because it's going to get worse before it gets better. This is just the beginning. This is only the first week.
The second week now.
And I want to
second week.
Also say too, like when we say about use our time wisely, you have to think about the ones I'm thinking now, like the ones that you said voted for him, and then the ones that are that they feel like it's not affected. How do they spend their time during the day when they know that this man that they voted for, that all the things that he's doing? I'm like, I just sometimes wish I could be a fly on the wall to just see in a day, like how they're using their time, like in the Pentagon, at the White House, all these different places and stuff like that. And it's like they have to be to where they just sitting in a room and they just like, are they in a daze? Are they Google and Gagaing? Or are they, what I'm saying? It's like, is anybody telling, even though we're not going to know at the moment, but is there anybody telling him, hey, man, what you're doing is wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like,
they ain't doing it. They said not this time around. This time around, he learned from his mistakes on the first time.
First time they were telling them.
He was like, we had that. This time, every single person that's in there is that they want exactly what he's doing and more.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like now there is no more safeties in place. This is what it is when you don't have those type of people around him. You got people, like I said, every person he's put in position, it will bow down and kiss his feet from everything he requested. When you put a cult in a power position, that cult is not going to turn against their leader.
No. Everybody he's gotten has caused chaos in the positions that they're over. It's one chaotic episode after the next. One chaotic episode after the next, over and over again. And it's like I preach this to everybody. If you stay ready, you won't have to get ready. You can't complain when it hits you in the face. When you knew you should have been prepared before now.
Right.
Don't let it drop kick you, okay? I rather Me and my wife live on them. Better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Right.
That works for us. It always works for us. So we can focus on more stuff. We can focus on more things to continue to get better. Because if you sitting there, no savings account, no planning, don't try to learn and don't do nothing. When something happens, hey, what are you gonna do?
You got enough time to think about how you gonna come out the situation.
Yeah.
That's your time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And also we have to use our time too. Like even whenever we talking to anybody that we have a conversation with, we talking to the younger folks, we talking to maybe our adult children. We have to really make them understand that hey, we are in crucial time. So like you said, Mario, yeah, these people out here that's supporting him and got these business stuff like that. No, because the black dollar is really powerful. If we can just reach more people, because the black dollar is really powerful. It's like we're good enough to spend our money, even spending money in places that they still don't respect us, but they'll respect you enough at that moment for you to get your money. But other than that, it's like the black dollar is so powerful, and we have to understand that it really is.
Well, see, I'll be honest with you. I think it's more to it than just the black dollar. I think it's all those that voted against Trump.
Yes.
Are. I mean, I think it's the non-Trump movement dollar that's going to make a difference, because the black dollar can do so, but so much. But if you get all those, like you're talking about half the country that's against him, and then like I said, you look at what's going on with the Latino population.
Yeah.
They're taking it. They're getting hit the worst. These are people are being picked up out of their lives and relocated to a country that they're not even familiar with anymore. And then they're being splitting up families and everything. And then here he is. He's wasting money. And the thing is, like, I want people to understand this individual don't care. He is out to destroy our country.
Yes.
And if you don't see it now, you're gonna wait till it's too late. He's wasted $1.6 million just to put on a show of taking immigrants, putting them on military aircraft, trying to take them to Colombia. Colombia refused, and then the aircraft turns around. So all this was a stunt. Yeah. $1.6 million gone down the drain because to let you know. And then I'm looking at, like, even now, just 3 minutes ago, New York is going after again. They're suing him again in reference to what he did today. I think every single state should sue him.
Right.
And one thing is, and I wish it could be him and not the government, but what they're doing is they're going after the government, which of course it doesn't deal with him directly, but it should get to a point where once again he's going to get impeached again. It's just a matter of time before he gets impeached again.
But that's why it's a revenge to it. If you want to know, alluding to what Stella said earlier, if you want to know what they do when the cameras are on and they're at home, just look at the word greed, and it will tell you what they do on a daily basis. All they're doing is counting money. They don't care. They don't care. Their time is spent. Okay, it's been an hour. I made this much money. Wait, it's been an hour. I only made $100,000 when I made $250 last night. That's how they think. Greed. If you want to know greed, because it's product over people, greed is the overall thing. They don't care. It doesn't affect, as long as they feel like they don't. If it does, if it don't affect them, that's how they feel. I don't care. Let me count my money all the way to the bank. That's just what it is.
I have a question. So, like, I was hearing bits and pieces of it whenever they went and picked up the people and took them. Where did they go pick up these people from to send them back to Colombia? Where was it?
All over.
All over. They were all from everywhere. They were from Chicago. They were from every place that they can get their hands on, where ICE was able to. I know there was in New Jersey, Chicago,
Chicago.
It was
all over
Florida.
And
it was all these different places.
So are they asking for documentation so they don't have it, and that's what they're doing?
Well, it's twofold. The ICE only know what people report to them. So you got these pro-Trump people that is telling them, that's giving them location of these folks.
Right.
Pick them up.
Okay.
So they put him on this plane, they shove him on this plane in handcuffs, fly him all the way across a couple of hours or whatever long it takes. I wouldn't have taken him either. I wouldn't have taken him either. That's disrespectful. You said to me that my people are less than are criminals. They're like you, felons. You don't treat people like that, and you wonder why they didn't accept them. So that's what's going on. So now the lawsuits are because of they don't have a plan. They're not respecting boundaries. I think there's a church, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, they're going into churches, schools. They doesn't like places that were off limits. All the places that were off limits.
I'm just gonna ask, like, where do they bring them back to? You know, so
they have.
The thing is that they're going to put them in a holding place until other arrangements are made. And what's going? The biggest piece is this: is that the strategy of this is that our felon president is using our country to shield him from everything that he's doing. He knows for a fact that they can't come after him directly. They're coming after the president's seat. So when they go after him, it has to go they have to go after the Department of Justice. They can't go after him directly. And so that's where he's being shielded by his presidency, and for the Republicans that pretty much got him where he's well protected.
Which is why
he's able to carry out this strike against this war against our country. And technically, and if the Republicans don't get a backbone and see this and do something about it, then we are at the mercy of this crazy idiot for the time that he's in that position. So we got to go, and that's what I say is that we have to. We're like one of the things is we have to get organized, and we need to focus, and we need to go after those individuals that put him in there. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care if they're getting a dose of their own medicine. We need to go after them. If they have companies, local business, we need to boycott them. We need to make sure they don't get another dollar. This next 4 years, our goal should be to put them out of business.
Yes, I agree. I 100% agree. I mean, you can tell he even setting himself up to be shielded, because what did he do in the Department of Justice? Everybody that was part of the prosecution team, boom, he got rid of them. He fired them.
Right.
Which is why Biden, President Biden, what he did, he pardoned the January 6th committee. The last few people that was left that was going to push forward with the investigation, he made them immune. I think it was immunity, because he knew it was coming, which is why he pardoned his son, because he knew it was coming. He foresaw this coming.
Absolutely.
So he said, no, I'm going to get him out, because they're going to tell him what he'll do to him while he's in there. And anybody that got a problem with a father being a father, shame on you, because I would have done it too. If I got the power, I would have done it too. So
he used the rest of his time wisely before he got out of there. So he had that between his dash and stuff. It's just a sad situation.
That's why I said this. Our time should be focused on making sure these individuals never be given the opportunity to earn a dollar in our community.
Right.
He could have ran again. He ran. He could have ran for presidency again. He's like, nope, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I don't blame him. I'm good. I'm out. I did my 4. I'm out. I'm taking my bat and ball. I'm going home. Sit on the farm. Watch the sunset with my coffee and my wife. I'm good. I don't blame him. He's seen something. The former president, he's not gonna say nothing, just like the rest of them. But I can't say nothing. But I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna show you. I'm out. I'm not running again.
But my thing is, like I said, but it goes back to again. Is we didn't support them. I mean, we didn't support the people that we should have supported. They didn't get the support that they needed. So here it is now. We're dealing with an individual that's attacking our own country. He's out to destroy everything that he is doing. He's dismantling everything in our country to weaken our country. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we start hearing things about how Russia is going to attack us while we're under fire within our own country.
Right.
That bothers me to a point where here it is. Well, the thing is, we all knew this dude was no good.
Yeah.
We all knew this dude was no good. But these individuals, they felt like, well, it's about the money. I don't like paying money. Okay, guess what? You're not only are you not going to pay the price that it is, you're going to pay a lot more for it and then now the rest of the community is suffering because of your stupidity. I like I said, I don't care who they are. We need to make them pay. We need to make them take that. Like I said, put them through the, make them suffer 2 times, or 3 times, 5 times more than what he's doing to the rest of us.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know. Yeah, you knew. I said he showed you what he was about.
Yes.
You knew. Ain't no way
From
you
the first 4 years.
Right.
The first 4
That's-
years you knew.
But
It do something new now. Everybody that voted for him is the same thing as the first presidency. They go hard for him. First, they take the MAGA hat and they turn it to the back. Oops. Then he do something else. They take the hat off, put it to the side. And then they throw that joke to the side because they don't want nobody to know. We didn't know he was going to do something like this. That's why we stood up and we got rid of him. We didn't know. Come on, man. You can't use that now. He's on his second term.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is second time. There's no excuse for it.
Yeah.
That's why I say I have no mercy. I have no mercy for them at all.
No.
Right.
None. No mercy at all. They can boo-hoo. Oh, I didn't know. You can't play dumb with us.
Can't use that. I don't know anymore. Can
You
you?
sure can. So like I said, we like the time we have these next 4 years is we should go after every corporation, local business, individual that supported Trump and make sure that they don't get not a dime more than what Trump supporters are willing to pay. Because like I said, we just take all our money. Everyone that was against Trump, but this is the moment where we hurt those individual businesses that all they cared about is product. They put product before people. So let's show them. Let's let the people put them out of business. That's why I'm like, let's put them out of business. Let's make them pay for their mistakes.
Right. Ooh. So time is not on our side, but we have enough time to do what we're going to do.
I'm gonna say this. I look at it different. I think time is always on our side because we're still able to stand.
Right.
We're still able to. We're not out of it. And I want people to understand we are nowhere close to being out of the game. Just because we got a dictator or want to be felon dictator in place doesn't mean we're throwing in the towel. In a sense, it's just that like to me, time is always on our side because anytime you have a moment to make a difference, time is on our side. It's like when time is not on our side is when we have no choice but to accept it.
What I meant by that, because you're right, we do have time. What I meant by that when I said time is not on our side, meaning that we need to hurry up and do something. That's what I meant.
Right.
Just sitting here not wasting the time. That's
right. Absolutely.
Yes, that's what I meant. You're right. And each day, that God open our eyes up, that's more time that He's giving us.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And it's also, you got something else. Time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. You got to do something. You have to do something. It's just like with the situation that we was talking about earlier. You have to prepare. You can't sit here and wait and pray and hope. You do that beforehand, not during. You do that beforehand. And hopefully I get through this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, I got this, and this. I know it covers this, I know it covers that. Wipe my hands up, gone. So instead of saying, I don't want no home warranty, don't be sitting there crying, asking Mario if he know anybody that fix air conditioning because it's an expensive repair. So you can't do that and be mad because see now time is of the essence. It always break when you least expect it.
Let me ask y'all both a question. What do y'all think about the first lady? Like as far as like her, I know we don't know what she's thinking, but what do y'all think her mindset is like with all this stuff that's going on, being the wife of him? You know what I'm saying? Like, because as a first, I mean, we as human beings that have empathy, sympathy, and all that like that, I couldn't sit around and like be a part of my husband's conduct. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so.
All I gotta say is she's still with him.
That's it. You stole my thought. That's it. You a part of it.
Yeah, there you go.
Just like the former.
I can't read. I'm not gonna read into something where it's crystal clear
No,
if you're going to be with him and you're still with him after all the stuff that's happened, now keep in mind he cheated on her how many times?
450,000.
So I have no sympathy for her.
No,
She's in it.
no.
I mean, she's still with him. So hey, she's part of the package.
Oh, no, I mean, the
Same thing.
answer that I got, that was a good answer. That was, that's why I asked the question.
Same thing as
Right.
Same thing as the former lieutenant governor.
Right.
I mean, it's just like it's just like the vice president, everyone, the Congress, the Republicans, everyone that has sit back and allowed him to continue to do what he is doing. They are him. They are all the same. They are all the same. It's just like when you say if you're out there committing a crime and you're right there with that person, you are part of that crime.
Right.
Mhm.
You're going to go down just as bad as the person who did the crime.
Right.
You
So
sure?
I don't have any. I don't really. When it comes to when you become the enemy, and I'll make it very clear, when you become the enemy and the people that support you, you are part of that enemy force.
Yes, you are. You can't.
So you're just as guilty as the person that's leading.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't do it. Get them in there, and then say I separate myself. No, you got them in there. You just I only support them because of this, but you still support them. It does not matter. It does not matter.
And I want people to understand it's the person, it's not the position.
Yes.
I have all the up respect for the position, but it's the person.
Right.
Yes. I am a part of her. She is a part of me. If I don't like what she did, I'm going to tell her. She don't like what I did, she's going to tell me. We do that. We've done that to each other for years. And that's why we're so successful now. You can't let me be the biggest bad guy in Fayetteville and say I don't condone his behavior, but that is my husband. You just as guilty.
Right.
They eat their own words.
Mm-hmm.
And they famous words are guilty by association. They're going to put that on everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Guilty by association. Yes, you are, because you're part of. Like you said, you're part of who you hang around.
You are a proud opportunist. That's what you are.
Right.
A proud opportunist. You're not gonna let that go. I got his child. He's gonna take care of me, regardless of what he do. He still, as long as he take care of home, I'm good. You just as guilty. It's that simple.
Right. So
that's why I say that we get at the time we have now, it's time for us to get organized.
Yes.
It's time for us to get focused, and it's time to kind of like reinforce our community with the money needs to get who needs to get our dollar. We need to understand that because these individuals that voted, majority of them, like I said, most of it, they didn't care about their own morals, their own like right from wrong. They didn't care about that. All they care about the money. So let's take it from them. Let's take every single dollar, as many dollars we could take away from them. We need to do that. We need to boycott every single one of these companies, these local businesses, and put them out of business.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, then go boohoo to him and see what he's going to do. He ain't going to do nothing because you're just a casualty of war to him.
Right. Right. So
But that's why my goal is from today, after what he did today, my goal is that we need to have my corporates. Okay, yeah. We need to focus. Look, we need to make it hurt. We really make it hurt. Go after the local business companies, the mom and pop shops that can barely make it. If a couple of dollars come short, they can't make it. Go after them. Those are the ones we need to go after. We need to boycott them and let them know that Trump is not going to hurt our community. If he hurts our community, we're going to hurt them more by financially taking every dollar we can from them.
Right. Makes sense.
And that's why I'm going to sit out here. If you know a business owner that voted for him, we're coming after your business. We're going to boycott it. We're going to shut it down.
Wow. Oh, I tell you, boy.
It's not hard to use your time wisely, but what's hard is using your time wisely. I say that because it's just like standing on the path of righteousness. There are going to be obstacles. There are going to be people that's going to try to stop you. And if they tell you to stop and you don't, then they're going to try to do something else, which is the popular thing in America nowadays, third person. I'm gonna go through somebody else to try to get to you to make you stop doing what you're doing because nobody likes somebody that fight for the right. And I am. I'm gonna continue to do that. The person don't have a voice, I have a voice for him. I am a firm believer on there's right and then there's wrong. As a business, like we was talking about in insurance, as a business, you're supposed to handle things a certain way. And what we as a people got to learn, it doesn't matter the color, what we have to learn is a lot of times the end thing now is, the popular thing now is people just talk out the side of their neck. But if you got an understanding of how business works or know somebody you can call, you can see right through it and say, it don't make sense. That don't make sense what you said. We don't do that. How do you know? Prove, show me. Where is it written that you can't do that? Why can't you do that? See, and if they get mad or upset with you for saying that, then you know that there's some bad stuff going on.
Well, it's not truth to what they're saying, because now what they'll do is they feel like you're arguing.
Mm-hmm.
Then they want to call the police because now they want to explain to you. They don't want to explain. They know they do it, but they don't want to explain to you. So they think that, well, you have to leave my store. Then they'll call the police, because now that's the way to always get out of stuff. I'm gonna call the police because you've been disruptive, because now we're trying to hold these people accountable and they don't want to be held accountable. So the first thing they want to do is call the police.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the situation too that we have to deal with too.
Then how you fix that though is cooler heads prevail. See, when you talk to them in a normal voice, they have no choice but to listen to you. And see, sometimes we get frustrated. Yeah, sometimes we get frustrated because, this is common sense. It don't make sense for you to do it this way, and I'm telling you, but you have to remain calm.
Right.
If you listen to them talk, they will tell you the whole story every time. My daughter just told me that he was right. Just let them talk. Yeah, let them talk. Do not interrupt. Let them talk. Let them talk. They will tell you the story every time. Every time. It never fails. It's 100% true. Let them talk. Because once they realize that you sitting there and you listening and you pay attention, that's when the guilty silence happens. Uh-oh. He's not speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Say too much. Uh-oh. Let me be quiet and try to end this real quick. Yeah. Time, baby. Time.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna make our time. Like I said, this is when we take charge of our time.
Yep.
And we make it effective. That's we go out here and we stay focused. We stay, like you said, time management.
Mm-hmm.
We make every second count. Go out here and, like I said, and make sure it's like right now he's hitting the lower class. He's going after the poor.
Yeah.
The stunt that he pulled today is he can, I don't care whatever they're saying anything, is he went after the poor. That all that funding, if you're in the business of taking care of people in your community, everything he went after today was he went after the actual poorest people in our community. And that to me is, and it doesn't matter if black or white or whatever case may be, because like a lot of people don't realize that there's more poor white people than there is black people. So what he did once again is he's going after his own base.
Yes.
So that lets you know that he does not care. His goal is to destroy the United States of America.
Still kill and destroy.
Yeah, and a lot
known as Satan.
And a lot of things were put in place for them, but we were able at a certain amount of years, like for example, food stamps. That was made for them. That was never made for us. But it got to the point to where we was able to vote. We was able to get food stamps as well. So it just seems like when they use the word like minority, when they use the word urban, when they use the word like lower income, stuff like that, they always look at it as a color thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But a lot of things that was put into place was not for us.
It wasn't for us.
It wasn't for us at all. So that's why when they always try to say black people on welfare and all stuff like that, the majority of people that's on welfare is them. It's not us.
It's just like the news article. I want to say it was last week that came out, where it showed how they had a ring of people. All of them were white, that were pretty much using the EBT cards, collecting EBT. Using. I mean, it was more of a. It was like they were just abusing EBT.
Yes.
And the owner, the ringleader, owned a pizza parlor.
Mhm.
And so he was using it to pay for his food and supply for his pizza parlor. So he would give them so much money for the EBT card. And every single person that they had in Cubs, I think I posted last week. Every single person they had in Cubs was white.
That was up north, wasn't it?
Huh?
That was up north, wasn't it?
I think it was. I want to say it was in Florida.
Oh, okay.
I have to go back and look at the video. I know I posted last week.
Okay.
But that's one of those things to where all he's doing is he's attacking his own base, but he doesn't care because all he's not is not the people that he's carrying. It's the actual system that he's trying to destroy.
Yes.
Right.
He's going after the systems that make our country strong,
Yeah.
and that's what he's going after. He's trying to destroy everything because like the more that he corrupts, like everything that he's tearing down, it makes it easier for him to have more control.
Yes.
So his goal this year is to destroy everything that allows him to have control, and he doesn't care who it hurts.
Like already, people can't afford Medicare. Medical care.
Eggs.
Then it's like you saying you stop the Medicaid and all the stuff like that. So it's like, just like I said, no. Did you check out the video that I sent you, Mario, yet or no?
Not yet.
Well, you and like you said, she explained. Like I was like, oh my goodness, but yeah. And it's like when you remember we always talk about you have to care first. You understand what I'm saying?
Right,
That's
right.
the main thing. But then it's like there's that empathy, and then there's that sympathy. And so whenever you don't have that, and you never had that, whether you the president, running for government, whatever the case may be, it's easier for you to accept the things that are done to people that you feel like are lower than you.
Mhm.
So that's just a sad situation and stuff.
Excuse me.
Ooh, man.
Ooh,
And it's just like now something else just popped on my phone. Movers worry DOD change will cause problems for military families. So now you're
They have to pay their own stuff to get moved.
man.
That's crazy.
No, trust me, that right there is never going to happen because
It's not.
the structure of the military, the structure of the federal, just like how he went and he fired all those IGs, right? Okay, guess what? Now they're going back and they're looking at what he can and can't do.
Right.
Okay, he can't. So technically, they're going to go back and they're going to technically the IG is above. Is like it's not in the jurisdiction of the president.
No, he's not. No,
And so those are things that they're finding out. He's doing these executive orders, but what happens is now all these executive orders that can be challenged are being challenged.
Yes, because
So
it was a fail-safe, so to speak. Because if you give one person authority over all, that's going to cause chaos and make the system crumble. But here you go with the IG. You get one entity, IG, that can push back, which is what's going to happen. It's going to take time, but it's like that little article I just read. It's just basically saying with the shutdown of the funds, that's what they were worried about, loss of money, which could impact the military families. Because even though we don't have to pay for it, somebody got to pay for it. So who's stuck holding the bag? Us.
But they got to understand too, like y'all, both of y'all was in the military and y'all served. Our military service members are not going to put their life at risk for a country
and get nothing.
That don't care nothing about them and get nothing.
So then it goes right back to how we treat our police officers.
Right.
Our police officers, they're not getting properly treated. Why should they go out here and risk their lives to protect our community? So it's like when you mistreat our military, and see the thing is, if he goes in and his job is to destroy all the systems in place. And since we have one of the best military forces and he knows that is to weaken our forces. That's why he put that crazy dude that has no experience whatsoever in that position, is because he knows that he won't get any fight back from him.
Oh, none.
These people he's put in there is that so he's able to look. That's why so now You got people that won't challenge him. That's why we was able to ship off 15,000 soldiers to
Yeah.
go to the border because no one's going to challenge his authority anymore now.
It makes sense to put people in that's done the job before so it could be a smooth transition. I have never been a DJ. You can't make a commitment. Why you gonna put me there? It was hard. It sucked.
I mean, my thing is it's like, and that's to me it's a little bit more to it. It's like you're a cook at the restaurant and you're going to take the cook at the restaurant of a big time chain restaurants and put him as the CEO.
Yeah.
You have no clue.
No clue whatsoever.
What to do. And it's not, and you can't. And the thing is, that individual can't just figure it out. It's like as a DJ, you can probably figure it out here and there. Push hit the play button. Okay, it's easy to figure out. But when you take somebody that has the experience,
what you do, ain't no walk in the park come behind you. No, it's not.
I mean, no, but it's something that can easily be figured out.
So you saying that that's part of his time too, is just to sit back. Like a lot of people that he put in position don't have a clue.
Right. They don't have a clue because you look at you look at most of the people that they put in that position, they have either the background, the politics, or the military career. Because you look at all the generals that, like, majority of the time they were a general or they served close in that thing. I look like I said, like you take a 4-star general, and when you have a 4-star general, that general is fully aware of all the capacities, capabilities of what can happen. He's been a commander at war. He's been a theater commander. He's gone through those steps to groom. This dude has been a lieutenant in the National Guard. And everyone knows the National Guard don't know nothing when it comes to military. They know how to go out and they know how to react to domestic situations. Which is what they know nothing about proper protocol, military. Like my thing is, National Guards they have lower standards than the active duty soldier.
And what he's in charge of? So he put somebody in.
So he's in charge of the Department of Defense.
Department of Defense.
He's
so the guy that's taking over the FBI had no law enforcement background.
He is just so spiteful. Like, that's spiteful positions. You know what I'm saying?
About the director of the FBI with no law enforcement experience.
And they take these positions.
Huh?
They took these positions.
They're yes men.
Yeah, they put them in these positions that have no back. Because the thing is, when you take somebody like when his first term, who did he have surrounded? He had generals, retired generals. They knew it, and they stood up against him. That's why right now he's making sure that people don't get protection because he's out to get revenge. This dude
he's trying to take away that too from people.
Right. His primary focus is he made it clear what he was going to do. He claimed he was going to be dictator for a day, and they said there's no such thing. You're going to be dictator for a while. If you chose to go that route, that's who you're going to be. That's the route he's choosing to be. He wants to be a dictator. There were steps. They said one gentleman they had the interview. He said these are the steps that a person would take to change a democracy into a dictatorship. And the guy showed out everything that this felon president is doing is he's trying to change the United States he's trying to destroy every single system in place that can stop him from having his way.
And what's the closest dictatorship that he has ties to? Russia.
All of them.
I'm just saying,
Russia, North Korea. Yeah. I mean, he has all of them. China.
So it's and like with the general, what he did was see them little snide comments he made. I don't need no briefing. I know more than them. Eventually, they had enough and said, "Hey, that's not how we do business," and he got mad. That's why he made the comment.
They kept putting him in his place. They kept. That's
what he made the comment. Oh, I replaced all the general with NASCAR drivers. They'll do a better job.
I mean, because like this dude, he just put Secretary of Defense. I mean, I'm gonna say this: we are more smarter than he is. We were better qualified for the job than he was.
Right. If you don't have big picture mentality, you are not made for that job. He is a short-term thinker. What can I do to make everybody's life miserable? And that's what he's doing, and he's succeeding so far. And it's just working on going into the second week. We got 4 years. Woo!
Right. So
Well,
I'm gonna be honest. I think what's gonna happen is he's going to cross the line too many times,
that's what I
and
said.
and then they're gonna get tired of him, and they're gonna go through and they're going to
and this speech will stick.
right.
Yeah, because he's gonna. This is gonna be. He's making it dangerous. Like he's making the United States a dangerous place.
Pretty much what he's doing is opening a door. Now you can take that whichever way you want.
Right.
And you can do whatever it is you want, because then he's giving you a back door. I mean, it's like he's doing what he can to cripple our systems. And like today, it was crystal clear what he was doing. Like that right there, it would have shut down so many different programs that the communities use. To me, that was the wake up call for me. That was my okay. Now it's time to. I was trying to sit back and just watch him do this stupid stuff, laugh at it, ha ha he. But dude, like this time, if that would have happened, I'm looking at how many people would have suffered because of that, just because he wants to prove a point.
Right.
So now the gloves are coming off. It's not time. It's not time to get down and gritty with these crazy individuals and let them know we ain't gonna sit back and stand for this. It's not going down. Not on my watch.
No.
Not on my time and dime.
No.
Right.
What'd you say?
My $5 matter.
Yeah.
$5 matter.
That's right. Yep. My 60 matter.
Right.
My 60 seconds, 60 minutes, my 1440 matters. Hey, you gotta, if you don't have time, you gotta, oh yes. One more thing, if you don't have time, you gotta make time.
Right, absolutely.
Period. Them little words, those little few words says a lot. If you don't have time, make time.
You gotta make time now.
You have to. You know, if you're not spending enough time with your significant other, make time.
Well, that's what my thing now is, that we gotta get it together, because I'm just sitting here thinking like he's gonna keep coming.
Yes,
until he's able to make everybody's life miserable.
Yeah, until he stops. Right. He's got a goal in mind. He's gonna go until the impeachment. He's gonna see how much damage he can do, because that's his ultimate plan.
Right.
Get out and go to Russia. That's what the plan is. You can't touch me.
And he don't even go to sleep, so that's what his time spent at night. He thinking about, what can I do next?
What can I do next?
Can I do tomorrow?
What am I gonna do? And guess who's gonna be left holding the bag? The heads of those departments.
Right.
But again, this was a good one. Time is on our side. Is time on our side? I'm gonna say yes. Time is on our side, because I've always been effective with my time. When we are effective with our time, that means it's on our side. When we don't take time to use our time correctly, then it's against us.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes. Yeah.
What's your final words on time? On your time?
Final words on my time is to get with those that are gonna make a difference, and use my time wisely to be a part of something, instead of sitting back and just talking about it. Let's be about it.
Take my continue doing what I do with my time as far as time management. I have a plan in my head of what I want to accomplish today. The first thing I do is I ask my best friend, hey, what you got to do tomorrow? She says this, I say, this is what I got to do. And then at the end of the day, before I shut it down, I go over what I went through today. Is there anything I could have done better? Did I spend too much time in one place or another? And then how can I fix it for the next day? I do that all the time. And that's how I stay on it. That's how I'm able to stay a friend. That's how I'm able to stay a husband, help those who can't help themselves, and be willing to help somebody when they call. Because I'm not afraid to give them an A. That's a good question. I'm going to tell you what I think. I'm going to call Mario, see what else he got. You're going to say, okay, I got what I know. Okay, I'm getting ready to call Pastor CC and see what they got. and you keep that going because every time you help a person, you get through to them. Maybe not to a point where they're ready and willing to do what you do, but they see that they do have time, and they are good human beings with their time on this earth. So that's what I do. Time is always of the essence with me. I try to break it down to the second and make sure everybody gets a piece of them 24 hours.
Absolutely. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we'll see y'all next Tuesday, and y'all keep your heads up, use your time effectively. And my thing is now, let's boycott. Let's let them feel that pain. Let's take every dollar we can of possible from all those that support Trump.
Yeah.
All right, y'all have a great evening, and we'll talk to y'all later.
Have a good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Oh, you want some?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fine.
no. It's all good. I'm gonna make some more. What?
Oh, still alive.
What?